Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. I've started a new junk journal and it's just freshly made. So I'm going to be journaling and memory keeping in this every day, and I thought I would just turn the camera on and take you along with me while I get this journal started. It is so peaceful out here this morning. Can you hear the rain? I love it when it's like this, and even though, of course, there's humidity or moisture in the air, it feels really good in here right now. It's like the perfect temperature in here. I don't have to have the air conditioner on. It's just really nice in here right now. I cut out a little piece of wallpaper because I want one pocket in the front, and I'm going to make a tag to go in this pocket just to explain the journal, like put the date on it and that kind of thing. So I already cut this down. I'm just going to go ahead and glue this in so it can be drying. I've never, not that I remember anyway, lined the inside of a book with wallpaper, but that's what this is. This is a book that I picked up at a local thrift store where they have a lot of books, and this was a modern book, something that I actually want to read through it, so I took the text block out and I'm going to save that, but it's probably one, well, it's the story of Chip and Joanna Gaines, and I don't know even how old the book is, but I feel like it's one of those books where there are probably a lot of them floating around out there. And this is just a small size book, which is perfect for what I want to do. Let's see how many. I've got 1, 11, 12, 15, 16. Only 16 folded pages in here. I do like to change up my journals. So this one will probably last about a month or something like that. I actually can fill one up pretty fast. And I may be putting something on the front. I just don't know yet. Twist that a little bit. This has been drying overnight, so I think it's settling into its shape. One signature, of course. And then I have my hemp cord here that I'm going to put some charms on. But for now, I wanted to go ahead and just get it started and do my journaling for the day because I have some packs and things that I'm working on for my website today. This is a picture of my daughter and one of my grandsons. I'm just going to cut that down because you can't see his dad in the picture. He was driving. So we're just going to cut this out and probably going to put this in here. I just printed this, so I feel like that needs to dry just a little bit more. It still feels a bit sticky. These little pieces of wallpaper I will put in my ephemera for ephemera packs, which I'm working on as well. Away. And that, well, you know what? Okay, let's go ahead and make our tag for the front while that dries. Let's see if there are any pieces in here. That's pretty. Handmade paper, I like that. And of course, that's from the art desk. I'm going to take both of those out because I want this tag sturdy enough, you know, to not be floppy. I want it to fit in here easily. You can push the edges in a little bit to make the pocket stand up. You know, you don't want to do it too much because it'll cause the pocket to wrinkle, especially with wallpaper, but that does make it so it's not so tight. And I love to just make really primitive handmade tags. We want this to be kind of tall. Here we go. I think I want some of this pretty paper on top of it. I can see it's been folded there, so let's go ahead and tear right there. Sometimes handmade paper is hard to tear. And it looks like maybe about right here. Let's cut off a little bit more. There we go, that's pretty. My daughter is at the beach with her fiance and their baby and his family. So my grandson is spending time with his little cousins, which is so nice. And I am taking care of my daughter's cats while she's away. So I've been spending time every morning and every night with Vladimir and Lucy. And Vladimir is really smart. He knows how to turn the lights off and on. He will open cabinets. He needs a lot of attention. And that's been kind of challenging for Michaela with a baby in the mix as well now. Okay, I like that. I like that, but I think that's too thick. That's fine. I think that's one of those from the Dollar Tree that has writing on it. Maybe that's not too thick. Still pretty thick though. That's a cute little button. Cute as well. Oh, I like that one. I guess any of the buttons are going to be a little bit thick. I think I like that one the best. I like that one too, though. I guess we could do 2. But then that would make me want to do 3. Let's go with this one. I like that button with that doll face. And these holes are big enough to accommodate a pretty large needle. We don't need much. So let's do this. Let's see if we can poke that through there. And actually, you know what? I just want to see something. I wonder if we take just a little piece of a book page and put it under there, almost like it's a fabric or like a paper sample or something. I love to do things like that. I think this is this is why junk journals are so much fun. Wait, that's too high on the paper. You can use them for memory keeping and journaling, a diary, but you also, my sister called, so had to take a break for a couple of minutes. Oh no, look what I did. I was going to show you just that I put the other string through. I'm not even sure you would call this a button. It's almost like a, what do you call it? Like a tiny little buckle or something. So the holes in this button, we'll just call it a button, are really big, so that's pretty easy to put that right back through. And then I'm gonna tie this and just let those strings hang down. There, that's cute. I want some sort of little stamp on here to make it look like some sort of industrial paper sample or something. We're just doing something at random here. Oh, and I want to use, clean that up a little bit. Let's use this archival ink. J, and then let's put a 1 beside it, like journal 1. Listen to the rain. Let's see if I can get this right next to that. Oops, it's off a little bit. That's okay. Ooh, that's so beautiful. I love that. I love that. Now let me find a Sharpie and make sure it writes. Yeah, that's pretty. So there's a little tag about the journal. Under if we could get away with a tiny, tiny butterfly in there. There, we'll put that one on there. I was hoping to find something blue and small enough. The other thing we could do is cut it. So what if we I want to get the glue all the way out to the edge, because this is going to be, you know, moving in and out of that pocket, and I don't want the butterfly to be standing up at all. There, I like that. And we could come back. Oh, I like that. Okay, that's perfect. So that's going to go over there. And I'm going to leave this page the way it is for right now, I think. I do have an idea. So I hope you can see this page. It's a little bit glossy. I love this image. That is out of one of the interior design books that I have that I like so much. I try not to use a lot of glossy pages, but sometimes the images are so pretty. I'm not as crazy about these glasses here. So, but I love these cups. I love old dishes like that. And I don't know, I kind of want this image of the people looking out over the water, since Michaela is at the beach right now, and I'm going to write about taking care of the cats. This is just sort of a memory keeping. I like to use my journals for 3 different things. I love a junk journal, trash journal. I like to keep labels and things that I come across from day to day. Like yesterday, Jason and I went walking. He took me to see a 1-lane bridge down on the Rocky River, and then we went to see where the Rocky River connects to the Deep River. And at that 1-lane bridge, they had some brochures that you could take talking about the Rocky River, like an association to protect the river and to organize things. So I like to collect things like that and put those into my journal. So one thing is like a trash, souvenir, ephemera. I also like to journal and memory keep, which you already know. I used to keep just diaries, words and words and words. And then I like to art journal. So a lot of times for me, all of those things come together. I'm also a list keeper and a planner. And sometimes my favorite journals have included actually all 4 of those things. So it's fun just to include things that tie in with what we're talking about. So I think I am going to put this in. A lot of times when I journal, I'm inspired by what I see, and I let that prompt the page or the spread, or maybe my thoughts even, and what happens. I guess in that way, I'm kind of spontaneous. How do you junk journal? So do you do that same kind of thing where you just gravitate towards what, I like to say, what the universe sends your way? Or do you plan what you want to have on a page and then gather those things and journal that way? Because I think a lot of people do both. I think I've seen that. I wonder if you can see that. There's kind of a glare on that. That's a glossy image. I do have, I've got these photo mounting corners. Here they are. And some of them are these large paper corners. I love these. A lot of fun. You could make your own. It almost looks like that's what somebody did. So, see, that's really cute. I'm going to put a tiny bit of glue right in the center to hold that in place right there. And then we're going to put these on the corners. We will put some glue on these and on the page. I usually put a little bit on that inside so it'll stick to the back of the picture. And then I go ahead and put some under that corner. These definitely look handmade. They're a lot of fun. You just basically take a rectangle and fold it. Fold the corners down. Probably has to be a certain dimension to get it to fold perfectly, but that's, you could figure that out depending on the size of the corner. I may add something on the outside of this where I can tie it closed. Okay, so you know I love to pick things up in parking lots. I have found some rusty things lately, and this fabric on the front feels a little bit fancy for this kind of thing, but I don't know if I want to use, I think we can go ahead and put this, oh, you know what I want to do? I'm gonna take the antique linen and distress that just a bit. Let's put that in there. I'm not going to worry about the button sticking up a little bit. I'm just not going to worry about that. We can take the tag out while we are journaling. going to go ahead and write a note around this. I have a lot of coordinating wallpaper from one book, and I do love to have tabs in my journals to turn the pages. That's just one of my favorite things. So I think I'm going to cut out this little B to make a tab on that very first page. Let's cut that down a little bit more and try to even it up a bit. Let's just fold that in half. And I think we will put that right there. I like that a lot. We'll try to straighten up those edges and maybe round the corners just a little bit. I have such a hard time rounding it so that it looks even, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. Spread that glue out a little bit and right there. The last thing I'm going to do, I actually want to write a little bit more about the last couple of days. I have this postcard. I don't even know where I got this. It says Stylus Spray Paint or Spray Art Stylus Studio. And I'm just going to make a note on here. I put to whoever finds this journal someday. And I will just put my name and a bit of birdsong. It's interesting to think about ephemera, things that are left behind after we're not here. This could end up in a thrift store someday. And I know that because we find things from 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 40 years ago, and they're so delightful to us. I wonder how future generations will feel about finding things that we've left behind. And do you think about things like that? So let's just distress the edges of this a little bit. Okay, I definitely want to put a pretty postage stamp on here. Let's just take a look and see if we can find something. I like the blue. It doesn't necessarily fit as far as theme, but the color is pretty with everything else. Let's put that into place. I love to put little marks like postage marks. This one actually is not a postage mark. I have a couple, but this one says thank you over and over again for everything. And I'm just going to put that on there because I like that stamp. It's pretty right there. And I'm going to take, I don't think I'll use a rusty paper clip for this. Let's see if this works. This is not a paper clip. It's actually one of those metal things from a shirt, like to keep the fabric folded when they package it. Jason had a few of these and he said, can you use these for your journals? And I said, yeah, I can use everything. So let's put that right there, but I don't want that clip on top of the picture. So let's put this right here. And actually, I'm going to turn it this way to keep the ink off of the picture, just until I'm sure it's dry. Should be dry though. That's Sharpie. So that is all for today. I need to get busy working on some packs. I have some that I'm finishing up for the shop, so I will be back really soon with those. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.